Joining us now is Mr. Joseph Hagan. He's the president of Wealth Colony, LLC. Joe, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Don. Thank you for having me.
Now, we were talking about something called the Apex system, which is a passive income vehicle. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Apex system is a piece of data equipment that goes into a world-class data center. And the company that we have an agreement with, you know, they own a lot of their equipment, but to fuel their growth in this world of big data, they have a leasing program that we do with them where it allows individual investors to participate in big data by buying the asset, buying the equipment, never touching it, leasing it right to this company, SafeTech. They pay you for 60 months straight, and then they we put a protection plan on it so that secures your principal. So right now, we have an agreement that literally secures your principal where you're making 20% a year for 5 years. At the end of the lease, you redeem the protection plan with the insurance policy. You wind up bringing that average return up to 30% a year for 5 years.
That's a pretty good rate of return. Now, do you need to know anything about the industry to get involved?
No, you don't, but you need to know something that I just found out, because I've been talking on these shows about a company called Datadog since November when it was $30 a share. It's now 85. It continues to go. And the reason why I bring that company up, the pipeline of demand that they have is very similar to the company we have, like SafeTech. So now what's happening is the company InvestView is getting a lot of institutional interest. So there's 2 new board members that have very impressive backgrounds that made a very impressive investment. And so as of July 1st, they're going to be reducing the payments where you're actually going to make just 20%. You can, where else can you make 20% a year, right? So you don't need to know anything. I do a full-blown webinar where I explain everything for informational purposes so you can make a decision. But after July 1st, it's going to 20% a year for 5 years, which most institutions will still take. Right now, we have a volume since the launch at the end of the year last year. There's a volume discount where when you buy 4 units, you can get 1 free, which is $30,000 worth of payments. They cost $15,000 a piece. They pay you out $30,000 in payments over the 60 months, and it's secured. So, you know, I know that we haven't spoken since the last time, but this kind of fell into our lap because they literally, in the middle of this COVID crisis, had 2 new investors come in. They put some assets into InvestView. They made some impressive investments. And, you know, I'm excited as a big shareholder in InvestView, but they're cutting back the payment, which was great while it lasted, and it can still last until June 30th.
Well, now this is what wealthy people do. They get involved in things that provide passive income for them, don't they?
Correct. You know, things that can literally make you money while you sleep. That isn't your 9 to 5 or your regular job. Something else that's going to give you income and literally help build your wealth.
What kind of investment?
This is also, let me just tell you, this is very popular in IRAs, in 401ks and IRAs where they roll them over to self-directed IRA, because someone might not have just $15,000 or $150,000 sitting around. So they want to roll some of their qualified money into it, and you can maintain your tax protected status and make 20% a year in your IRA, which most people tell me they're not even coming close to.
So what's the minimum investment to get involved?
1 unit is $15,000.
And that basically pays them 20% a year for 5 years?
It's going to pay you 20% a year for 5 years.
If people want more information, they can email MoneyTV@InvestView.com. What else can you tell us about this program?
That it is gaining popularity with institutions. We're at the tail end of the very beginning of the launch. So they did these promotional specials. We do webinars. Basically, you can email me at joe@wealthcolony.com or email yourself at MoneyTV, and we'll have no problem doing webinars, or I'll send you a recording of a recent webinar so that you can learn more information about it.
Passive income, the Wealth Colony LLC, the Apex system. Joe, great update. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Don, and you have a wonderful day.
Most financially successful people own assets that make them money while they sleep. They usually own real estate, vehicles, intellectual property, equipment, and more. These assets make passive income through leases, subscriptions, royalties, and fees that don't require time, energy, or attention. Your assets do the work, and you collect the check. So what kind of asset should you buy? The most valuable companies in the world, like Amazon, Google, and Apple, all have the same thing in common. They make a majority of their revenue from data technology assets, storing, collecting, processing, and providing data. It's all about the data. What if you could own data tech assets with a low upfront cost? Introducing Apex, a proprietary technology built to process and mine data and render artificial intelligence and 3D gaming at exceptionally high rates. Apex Tech has partnered with SafeTech, a subsidiary of a publicly traded company called InvestView. SafeTech's business model leverages Apex technology to disrupt the multi-trillion-dollar data tech industry, giving you the competitive advantage. SafeTech's growth strategy is to capture a significant share of the market. SafeTech will enter into a 60-month lease with owners of Apex systems. Why would they do that? Why not just buy all the equipment themselves? The same reason most companies lease instead of own: to scale quickly without the upfront costs and for the tax benefits. So how do you get started? You purchase an Apex system. Then you can lease it to SafeTech for 60 months at a rate of $500 per month. That's a total of $30,000 paid to you over the life of the lease. So what's your responsibility besides purchasing the Apex system? Nothing. During the lease, SafeTech is responsible for any maintenance costs to keep things running for you. Just collect a check every month for the next 60 months. This tremendous financial opportunity positions you to follow the strategies of the financially successful. You can leverage data technology to produce passive income that generates revenue without your time, energy, or effort. This is what is meant by creating multiple streams of income. But the opportunity to participate will not last forever. If this concept fits your financial goals, take action today while you still have the chance.